what were your emotions like from after the South Carolina loss and seeing Miami lose, and then going through last week, just the last 10 days or so for you personally? What's it been like?
Yeah, obviously, it's a bit of a roller coaster of emotions, but it's college football. Anything can happen. So second we saw that we were in the ACC championship, it's just full speed ahead on SMU and try and make the most of the opportunity. God gave us an opportunity to redeem ourselves, and it was up to us to make the most of it.
When you look at this season as a whole and just sort of the product this offensive line has put out, just you've been able to reflect on this first year with Matt Luke and just what this position group has been able to transform into?
Yeah, obviously I think we've improved as an offensive line, but I think there's still a bunch of room for improvement for us. Just kind of, as Coach Luke says, making our layups, making sure that when we have a favorable look, we make the most of it, and then just continuing to cement a tradition, if you want to call it that, kind of a standard in the offensive line room. So, the guys who come in know exactly how we do things, and there's no I'm trying to think of the right word. There's no kind of question as to how we do things. Everything is understood. Like, if anyone comes in, they just understand this is how things are done in terms of how we play and the respect we have for the game, the physicality we play with, what we believe in as a line.
There are thousands upon thousands of people who played college football, but very few of them have a story like you will of those last 16 seconds at the ACC title game. In the past week or so, if you reflect on it, does it seem remarkable what you guys were able to accomplish when many people were thinking, okay, we're headed forward?
Yeah, I think, people doubted us, obviously, but I never for 1 second doubted us as a team. I believe in us so much, and, I believe we could win it the whole entire game. When we were winning by a lot, when they started to score some points, when we needed to make that field goal, there wasn't a doubt in my mind that whole game. So I have so much belief in us as a team.
So the injuries to the line, what can you say about the perseverance of the group and guys fighting back and coming back? And I know you're kind of in a spot right now where depth is limited, ton of snaps. Just what's that been like for y'all down the stretch?
Yeah, next man up mentality. Whenever there is an injury, I think Coach Luke does a great job. Guys are ready. We have competitive depth, as he likes to call it. I think that guys also take pride in getting ready, even if it might not look like going into the week they're going to be the guy running out there first. They still take pride in their preparation and make sure that if they're called upon, they can go out there and make the most of their opportunity and play winning football for us. So next man up mentality, anything can happen, and I think the preparation that everyone has and the pride they take really shows when a guy's called on.
Do you make them Texas's edge players, I guess, and also just the defensive line in general from what you've seen?
Yeah, I think they're a really good group. They play really good football as a whole. They play together. They're not mental busting, anything like that. They move well on the edge. They play with good hands. They have good moves. And I think, too, come third down, they get into packages to try and rush the passer in the most efficient way possible. And I think, IDing things in those third down scenarios, making sure we're all on the same page, will set us up for success. And then it just comes down to us going out there and playing with good technique to be able to give Cade a good pocket to pass in, time to throw the ball.
What have you seen from Mason Wade? He's listed as your backup on the depth chart. I guess how have you seen him evolve from beginning from the off season to now?
Yeah, I think he's becoming more confident in himself. I always try and talk to him and say, he has a knack for it, similar to what I talked about with Elijah. Like, they both have a knack for it. And I just got to tell him sometimes, he's just got to believe in himself. Because as a freshman, it's very easy to go in there and kind of your head's spinning, you're thinking about all this stuff, and you're trying to be perfect. And kind of you get that paralysis by analysis, if you want to call it that. Whereas, when you go out there and you're confident in yourself that you understand the scheme, you're able to play with good technique, you know what to do and you know how to do it. I think when you go out there and you play free, that's when you play your best football.
Any questions for Blake virtually? Anybody else in the room?
I know you don't do it for awards, but what's it like to see your name pop up on an all-ACC team, and just kind of what's the feeling when you get that notification? How'd you find out, first team?
I got back after practice and had a text from out of my phone saying he was proud of me, and that really made me happy. You know, I always try and make my family proud with what I do, and to see my dad saying that he was proud of me and that I, got that accolade was a good feeling. But obviously, tons to improve still. There's a bunch of stuff when I watch myself that I'd like to improve, and going into this week, I'd like to address that and make sure I'm, week to week, a guy on the rise.
Barrett's telling us that he had that sign at the ACC title game with us against the world because Coach Sweeney had said it to you guys, I guess, the week before. Like, how much is that mentality for you guys just versus everyone else?
Yeah, obviously, it's we go out there and it's, we believe in us, but sometimes other people around you aren't going to believe, and you got to make them believe, basically. And I think that if we go out there and we play really good football, you saw it in the first half of the SMU game, what we can do. I think we just need to harness that for 4 quarters, and, there will be a lot of believers out there.
Do you like going into a truly hostile environment for the first playoff game, at Texas, in their stadium, all their fans, all that?
Yeah, obviously it'll be cool, try to not let the outside noise creep in, but, I think we've, just practicing with the crowd noise this week probably, as we do when we go on away games, and then, like I said, just knowing what you're supposed to do in terms of, assignment and stuff, so you're not out there and the crowd noise isn't bearing down on you and all that. Like I said about Mason, just when you're confident in what you do and how you do it, outside factors don't affect you. But when there's indecision, the outside factors have a chance to affect you. So just making sure we're confident, everyone's confident, and everyone believes.
I think their stadium holds over 100,000 people. Have you ever played in a venue that big, that massive?
I don't believe so. I know when I was a recruit, I kind of went to different places with stadiums like that, but it'll be different playing in something like that. But like I said, try to not let that be a factor, and hopefully, just be locked in on what we do and play our game and not let outside factors creep in.
Anyone else for Blake? All right, Blake. Thank you, man. Appreciate
Thank you,
your time.
guys.